Hello.
Hi.
Yeah. Hi. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
Fine. Good. Fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Guys, my name is Kiran here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm a certified .NET trainer with 8+ years of experience. Okay. I'm in the field of training from last 8 years. Okay. Even I participate in the application development, and I'm also a consultant for one of the company. Okay. So actually my profile includes both training as well as development experience. Right. Right, coming to the agenda of this session. Okay, actually what we are going to be learning, okay, and what will be there, our plan. Let me explain our plan first of all. Actually, so what we will be doing is, we're learning a course, okay, and the course has been divided into 10 modules, okay. So actually we are going to be learning .NET, okay. So .NET has been, currently I made it into 10 modules, okay. Your entire course, from the basics, okay, from the scratch to advanced level, entire thing has been converted into 10 modules. Clear? And these modules, okay, actually what it contains, I'll tell you. Initially you'll be having the programming concepts, okay. So programming concepts will be there, okay. Initially we'll be understanding the architecture, okay. So what is this .NET? Why we need to learn .NET? What exactly .NET contains? What a .NET will give you? Such sort of entire information will be there. This will be in your module 1. Clear? And coming to the next one, okay. And along with module 1 architecture, you'll be having a software, okay, which is required for .NET. Okay, actually we'll be using a software called as a Visual Studio. Okay, so these two informations, a complete in detail information will be available in your module 1. Clear? Hope guys are able to understand?
Yeah.
Right, good. Then coming to the next module here, okay. So in the second module, like I'll explain you what is .NET and all. Let me understand first of all our plan, how it will be there. Okay, in the second module you'll be having the from second to around fifth module you'll be having the programming concepts, okay, including, okay, application development, okay, followed by database connectivity. Okay, that will be there with the help of second to fifth module. Okay, and from module 6 to 10, okay, you will be having web application development. Okay, followed by web services. Right, and finally your target is, okay, ASP.NET web developer. Okay, in advanced level. Right, so this is our general basic program introduction, what our program contains. Clear? Hope you understand. Let's start with the basic here. Initially we'll be understanding what is .NET and introduction related to the .NET. So that is the agenda of the session. Okay, so the agenda of the session includes what is .NET, why to learn .NET, okay, .NET features, and we'll have a concept called as a framework followed by the .NET architecture. Okay, so this is the session agenda. Clear? Shall I continue? So guys, you are not responding. I think you are in mute, right? Good. Okay. All right. See here, before starting a .NET, okay, let's understand a small concept here. When you're talking about a .NET, okay, first thing you need to remember, .NET is not a programming language by itself. Okay, most of the people, okay, the first doubt, okay, is a .NET is a programming language like a Java or PHP or any other languages. .NET is not a programming language itself. That is the first point you have to understand. Then what is a .NET? Okay, so generally we'll be calling it, say, .NET is a framework. .NET is called as a framework. Okay, so .NET is not a programming language and it is a framework. Okay, before starting .NET framework, let's understand what is this framework and why do we need this framework. Okay, so what is a framework? See here, a framework, when you're talking about a framework, might be you heard many different places while installing softwares and all. Okay, so a framework, okay, is a software infrastructure. Okay, the framework is a software infrastructure. Okay, you know the meaning of an infrastructure. Infrastructure refers to initial requirement related to your application development. Okay, when you want to develop any application, an application related initial requirement, okay, that is available in the form of a frameworks. Okay, when you talk about a Java, we have a Java framework, PHP framework, like anything, .NET, anything, we have a different framework. Okay, so frameworks are mandatory for any application development. When we have any framework, you need not to develop anything from the scratch. You can directly develop the application from where a client required. Okay, so that is called as a framework. So .NET is a framework. Generally, what is a framework? Framework is a software infrastructure. Okay, so you may ask a question: what happens if a framework is not exist? Okay, what will happen if framework not exist? See, when there is no framework, okay, what we need to do is we need to develop. Okay, we need to develop an application from the scratch. Okay, when you don't have any framework. Okay, when you don't have any framework. Okay, when you don't have any framework, what we need to do is we need to develop an application from the scratch. Hope you understand, right? So for any application development, you need to have an infrastructure. Okay, when you don't have any infrastructure, the first step is infrastructure to be built up from the scratch. Okay, so to avoid that, what they will do is every programming language will give you a concept called as a framework. So frameworks are nothing but the infrastructures. So with the help of that infrastructures, we can continue the application development instead of developing from the scratch. Okay, so this is very, very important point here. You can understand that when you work with any websites and all, it will ask you to download a framework. Like for example, if you open any, like what will be called video players and all, it will ask you to download a framework. When you open a share market, it will ask you to download a framework. So you can understand that frameworks are required when a related application is existing in your computer, right? So you can understand that .NET is just a framework and it is not a programming language. That is the first point which I want to explain. Okay, so what is a .NET? .NET is a framework. Okay, and it is not a programming language by itself. Okay, so before starting with the .NET framework, let's understand what a framework contains. Okay, what a framework contains. Generally, framework contains three components mainly. Any framework contains three components. Okay, first component is called as runtime. Okay, and second component is called as a library. Okay, or some people will be called as a built-in. Okay, and the third framework is called as a programming language. Okay, for any framework, okay, irrespective of any framework, okay, like Java framework, okay, .NET framework, PHP framework, etc. Okay, so every framework contains, okay, every framework contains three components called as runtime, library, and programming languages. Okay, these are the main things related to any application development. If you want to develop any application, you have to be very, very clear that all three things are required in your application development. Okay, guys, hope you understand, right? So framework contains three components: runtime, library, and programming language. Okay, these are the initial requirement related to any pro. Just give me 1 second, guys. Yes. Hello. Sorry, guys. Okay. Right. Here, explain you right. So any application development requires a software infrastructure which is 100% mandatory, and that infrastructure will be called as a framework. When you talk about the .NET is nothing but one of the powerful framework which makes your application development very easy. Hope you understand, right? And next one, why do we need what a framework can do? Again the same thing. Using a framework, we have again three important features. Okay, one is you can develop an application. Okay. Second one, you can debug an application. And third one, you can call it as a execute an application. Okay. So a framework helps in developing the application, executing the application, and debugging an application. So hope you guys are understand what is a framework and why do we need a framework. Okay. So any programming language contains a framework which makes you simple while developing an application, while executing an application, while debugging an application. Clear guys? So the first concept related to our agenda, what is .NET? Clear? .NET is nothing but a framework. Okay, and we have to be very clear here. It's an important interview question also for whoever going for interviews. Okay, it's not a programming language by itself. And when you're talking about a framework, as I said you that it's an infrastructure. Okay, and next one, what is a .NET framework? When you talk about a .NET framework, okay, it's a framework from the Microsoft operating system. Okay, see .NET framework. What is a .NET framework? See here, it is a framework, okay, from Microsoft. Okay, so you can understand that why do we need Microsoft? Okay, see here, their intention is used to develop an application which is very comfortable in their operating system. Okay, so you can understand that it is very comfortable to make application development targets Microsoft. I mean, any application where you want to make sure that you develop an application targets to Windows operating system, we have an operating system related framework called as a .NET framework. Okay.
Hello.
So, yes.
Hello.
Yes. Tell me.
Nandini.
Hello. Guys, can I? Okay. So hope you understand, right? So .NET framework, nothing but a framework.
Hello.
Yes, Venkat.
Nandini.
Venkat, Satish here. Venkat.
Nandini.
Hello, Venkat. Yeah, please go ahead, Kiran. I think it's miscommunication. Please go ahead.
Right. Right. No issue. Okay. So here, .NET framework is a framework from the Microsoft. It is very comfortable to develop an application which targets to Microsoft operating systems. Okay, you can develop any application which targets to Microsoft .NET operating system called as a .NET framework. Okay, so .NET framework which contains a .NET related libraries and all. Now we can say what a .NET framework contains. What a .NET framework contains. As I said you that any framework contains three components. In the same way, .NET is also having three components. What is the first component? As I said you that every framework contains a runtime. Okay, if you're familiar with Java, might be you heard something called as a JVM. Like this, in .NET we have something called as CLR. Okay, what it is? Common Language Runtime. So you can understand that as a first component of every framework, you need to have a runtime, and the runtime for .NET is available as a CLR. CLR stands for Common Language Runtime. As I said you that for every framework you will be having three components, and the first component is runtime. Okay, and the second component, as I said you, right, library. Okay, in .NET framework the libraries are available as assemblies. Okay, in the form of DLL files. Again, these are library files. Library files are nothing but built-ins or ready to use classes. Am I clear? And the third one, see here, this is very important feature here. A framework may contains a programming language. In .NET, okay, contains, okay, .NET supports, instead of containing, we can call it as a, okay, more than 30 successful languages. Right? So, not like Java or PHP or other programming languages. In .NET, we can have, sorry, I was mistaken here, it's not 30, it's a 60 plus, okay? 60 plus successful languages are available. So, in order to work with .NET, There is no rule to learn a particular language. Okay. Here .NET is telling that you can develop an application using any one of these 60 languages. Right? Hope you understand what is a .NET. Right? So .NET is a framework. .NET is not a programming language. Okay, and next one, it is a very comfortable to develop an application which targets to Windows operating systems. Okay, what it is and all will be understanding in a bit. Okay, and here if anyone raise a question that why do we need .NET? Why do we need to learn .NET? Okay, so here it doesn't mean that everybody first a question will raises as a fresher. Okay, when there is a good softwares like Java or PHP or etc. in the market, why do we need to learn .NET? Okay, there are main differences comparing to other languages. Okay, first one is called as language interoperability, or you can say common language interface. So what do you mean by this one is .NET support more than 60 plus languages. That is the first advantage related to .NET. Okay, why we need to learn .NET in the sense, the first answer is .NET supports 60 plus languages. That indicates a user can choose any one of the languages to develop an application. Right, guys, in the middle, if you have any doubts, please chat. Okay, so that I can respond to your doubts. Right. See here. The first option why we need to learn the .NET is, as I said you, that .NET supports more than 60 languages. Okay, I'll tell you a small example here. So here, in order to work with Java, okay, a best example I'll tell you that. In order to work with .java, okay, you should know Java language. This is the first rule. Okay, in order to work with PHP, you should know PHP. But here that sort of rules are not there. Okay, so here in order to work with the .NET, okay, you can use any language like C#, C++, okay, VB, okay, like what we called J#, etc. Okay, not only that, we have something called as a components we have. What are the components? Like we have a PHP.NET, we have a COBOL.NET, okay, like this we have something called Fortran.NET, etc. So here many things are there. As I said you right, in order to work with .NET, there is no rule to learn a particular language. Okay, so in order to learn to a .NET, you have to be very, very clear that you need to know any one of the language. If you know any one of the language, you are eligible. That is the first advantage why. Clear? Coming to the second one. What is the second one? Okay, here we have a feature called as language interoperable. Okay, so what do you mean by language interoperable? Say, okay, one component, I mean to say that I developed a component. One of the component in the developed using one language, another component is developed in another language. They can communicate. Okay, so I'll tell you, say one component developed using C#, okay, can be communicated. I mean to say that communicated or integrated, okay, with another component, okay, developed using VB.NET. So you can understand that there is no rule that. See, for example, one component is developed in one language, another one can be developed in another language, can be communicated or integrated. That is a possibility which is available in .NET, which is not available in any other programming languages. Hope you understand. Okay, so I given you two differences. Let's come into the third difference. Okay, see here, it is having a very good support of application development called as Visual Studio package. Okay, so Visual Studio is an intelligent application development tool. Okay, it is the only tool developed by .NET application. Okay, so here this tool is intelligent. Intelligent in the sense it makes your application development very simple. It's a very, very cooperative tool. Okay, so here this is an application development tool. Okay, which makes application development simple. Am I clear? Okay, simple with its unique feature. I can say that like we have IntelliSense, IntelliT type, IntelliT trace, okay, even you can call it as a code snippets, etc. etc. Many things are there. So what happens, this application, okay, I mean to say that this application software, what it will do is, it makes your application development is very simple. Hundreds of the lines of code you can write in a matter of seconds, not in the matter of minutes, in the matter of seconds. When you try to select an application like a Windows application, initial code will be automatically written. Okay, web application, initial code will be automatically written. Okay, a required or relevant application assemblies all gets generated automatically. Okay, so this is one of the unique feature. Maybe you people can say that we have Eclipse and all. Those are having less than 10% of these features. Okay, and the last feature here, we have a very good support related to built-in libraries. Built-in libraries. Okay, so I can say that .NET contains, okay, more than 2000 libraries in the form of DLL files. Okay, to make your requirement simple. Am I clear? So you can understand these are the 4 important features. You can say that why the market is looking about the .NET. Okay, so here you have hundreds of programming languages in the market, but one of the programming languages very simple and easy. See, comparing to other languages, .NET is very easy to learn, very easy to develop the application. Okay, hope you guys understand, right? So why we need to learn a .NET? I given you 4 important features. So you can say that these are the 4 unique features which are available in .NET, which makes your application simple. Okay, hope you guys clear. Next one. So finally, what we can develop with .NET, okay, or you can say that what is the output of .NET, okay, .NET, or you can say .NET application development. Simple. The output of .NET is called as assembly. Anything, whatever you generate in .NET, the output of .NET we will be calling as assembly. So finally, .NET is going to be generating assemblies are like assemblies as output. Okay, again assemblies are simply you can call it as a .dll files and .exe files. So you are going to be developing an application either exe or DLL. Clear guys? So what is the output of a .NET? A .NET finally is going to be generating an assembly. Okay, .NET, or you can say a programming language in .NET, okay, generates, okay, assembly. Okay, another assembly is nothing but a DLL or EXE. Simply you can call it as, what is a DLL? Dynamic Linked Library. Okay, what is an EXE? Executable file or executable. Right? And next one, in order to work with .NET, what software you need to have? You need to have a software called as a Visual Studio. Actually, it is an IDE. Generally, IDEs are called as Integrated Development Environments. Okay, hope you guys can. See here, and is it chargeable? Yes, of course. Visual Studio is very costly. But what happens, Visual Studio has been available as a free to download in the format called as a Express Edition. Okay, Visual Studio Express Edition. Okay, it is a free software. It is a free software for limited duration. Am I clear? You can directly type it in the Google. Okay, so you can say that for Windows application development, you will be having Visual Studio for Visual Studio Express for Windows Forms, or I can say desktop. Okay, in the same way, you have something called as Visual Studio Express for web, and you can even say that SQL Server Express Edition. Okay, 2012. Okay, and these are generally try to download 2012 or 2013. Okay, which is very comfortable. So you can do the application development easy. And as I said you that this is by default available for 30 days free. Visual Studio 2012. I mean 2012 versions are 30 days free. Okay, whereas 2013 version is 90 days free. Okay, depends. Whatever you want to download, you can download. Depends upon your system compatibility and all. We can do it. Okay, guys. So that is about my demonstration here. Please tell your doubts. You can ask me any doubts. Hello. Hello, guys.
Kiran?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Let them ask any doubts here.
Yeah.
Any
Please go
doubts?
ahead. Yeah.
Guys, any doubts? Hello. Guys, are able to follow me?
Can you hear my
Guys.
voice?
Yeah, Satish, I'm able to hear your voice. Chandana, no doubt. Nandini?
No.
No doubts. Naresh?
Yeah, I have a doubt. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, Naresh, tell me here. I'm able to hear your voice.
Yeah, please scroll the little more upward. What you actually do.
Okay. See here. Tell me. Do you need to scroll more?
Yeah. Okay. It's okay. Please stop. Stop it, please.
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Tell me.
So here,
Clear, right?
yeah, clear. Here, what exactly long-range interoperable means? Say one
No.
component means what is that actual
Yeah.
component means?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Excellent. See here, think that you purchased one computer, a branded computer. Think that you purchased a branded computer called as a HP computer. Okay. So when you buy a HP computer, you'll be generally getting HP mouse followed by HP monitor. Am I clear? Okay. Followed by HP CPU. Am I clear? Even that contains HP hard disk, etc., etc. So first priority they will be giving on the HP. Am I clear? Why? Because your brand is HP. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
For example, think that your HP mouse is failed. Okay. Can I use any other computer like Beetle mouse?
Yes.
Yeah, that is called as a interoperable. Am I clear? So
Okay.
you can understand that your computer is not depend upon a particular brand or particular driver. In the same way, in .NET you can select any language to develop an application. Like you can say that something that there are two candidates are there. I can explain you a small example here. So there are two tasks. Okay, one task done by US team, right?
Okay.
And you use C#. Second task done by UK team. Use VB.NET. Now what is my question? Okay, task 1 can communicate with task 2. Okay, so at any time it is possible. So this feature is called as a language interoperable. So there is no rule. See here, my company, I have it, two companies are doing one task. I don't give any restriction they have to participate using C# or VB. As I said, you like .NET supports 60 languages, more than 60. So they can select any one of the language which they have. I can continue. At any moment I can communicate.
Okay.
Clear? So this is a unique feature which is available in .NET. No other technology which is providing this sort of features. Clear?
Yeah, clear.
Good. And next, any other? Tell me, any other doubt?
Please scroll a little more down.
Down. Okay. Yeah. Still?
Yeah, still.
All right.
Yeah, it's okay.
Okay. So you can download the software at free of cost here. 2013 version is available for 90 days free. Okay. Other versions are available 30 days free. Clear?
Yeah.
Right.
I have one more doubt regarding this course.
Tell me.
Actually, you told that we are going to learn about ASP.NET, which is related to
Yes.
web page development.
Yes. And your target is finally at the end of the module, your target, you will become an ASP.NET web developer. The target of the program is ASP.NET web developer.
So what about C# Windows desktop development?
See, this is the target course. This is the target.
Okay.
This is the target. Okay. And here are, I'll tell you what we are going to be learning. I'll tell you. See here, what kind of applications we are going to develop. First one, we can develop console applications. Okay, we can develop Windows application. Okay, and we are going to be developing called as a class libraries called as assemblies, and finally you will be developing what will be called as a Windows services. These are related to Windows format. And coming to the web, you'll be learning how to develop a web application, or you can call it as a website, and finally targeted to web services.
Okay, these all included in this course?
Yes, everything will be there. As I said, this is the target. I'm talking about this is the target. See, right now, you cannot completely survive on the Windows application. Windows applications are Windows operating system dependable. Web applications are not dependent upon any operating system. Okay. Once the application is hosted in the web server, it can be accessible by all over the world. Yes.
Okay.
Understand?
But we are going to develop this web application based on .NET, no?
Yes.
So .NET is completely compatible only on the Windows operating system only, no?
Yeah, I'll get good. See here, .NET framework is completely dependent upon the Windows. It's a very good doubt here. So actually, there is a concept called as a CLR, called as Common Language Runtime. Actually, this is designed by the Windows. It can be understandable. Okay. Only .NET, only Windows. Am I clear? But what happens, CLR became famous, okay, and everybody is looking about this one. So third-party people came to the market and they designed something called as a mono CLR.
Okay.
Okay, so mono CLR is ready to run in operating systems like, okay, Unix and Linux. Am I clear?
Yeah.
So here, then with the help of this mono CLR, your applications will run it Unix, Linux, and you know that what will be called Macintosh. Mac is running above Linux. So you can understand that if you install a mono CLR, your applications are available in the Unix, Linux, Mac also. Okay. So with the help of this one, you can develop other operating systems also. Clear?
So even though if I develop any application or any web application based on .NET, I can easily run on these operating systems like Unix.
Once again, when you're talking about a web application, you don't worry about that operating system. Why? Because web application where you install, that place you need to have the Windows. For example, you are developing in your computer. You need to have Windows. To operate from anywhere, they need to have a browser. Am I clear? Like Internet Explorer, they'll be having. So they need not to have any particular operating system. Clear? So to operate a web application, a client need a web browser. It can be Internet Explorer, it can be Chrome, Netscape Navigator, whatever it may be. So for web application, you don't worry. At the place of a development, you need to have a particular operating system like Windows, and operation you can use in any place. Am I clear?
Okay.
Good. Next.
And also when it comes to Windows application,
Windows applications are 100% Windows operating system dependable.
100% Windows application.
Yeah, completely Windows operating system dependable. Okay, like Windows XP, Windows NT, 2000, Windows 7, 8 and all. Okay, when you have a mono CLR and all, if you install, you can write an application which targets to Unix and Linux GUI. Clear?
Okay. So suppose if I have mono CLR, there will not be any difference in coding, no?
100%. There is no coding. Only the component. Component is different. Component is nothing but as simple libraries, right?
Oh, okay.
Even CLR is a library file. It's a file, just a file. .dll file. Okay. Even this is also .dll file. Okay. This file contains our Windows operating system understandable code, and it contains Linux or Unix understandable code.
Okay. These are the contains some set of libraries, no?
Yes, it's a .dll file.
Okay.
Clear?
Okay.
Guys, any other one? Spandana? Any other doubt?
Yes.
Spandana. Right. Okay. Satish?
Kiran, yeah, I'm there. Yeah, Kiran, I'm there.
Okay. Satish, I done the introduction part here. Any other thing?
Oh, okay, great. So, if any other questions from your end, like, Nandini or Suresh, Naresh, Spandana, please talk to Kiran so that we can wind up the session for today and we can start the regular session from tomorrow itself, hopefully.
See guys, one point I want to tell you here. I'm not a fresher here. I'm with 8+ years experience. Please utilize if you have any doubts. Okay?
Yeah. Sure.
Satish, done. Okay?
No, Satish.
Okay, Satish.
Yes, I'm there. Yeah, I'm there. Kiran, just 2 minutes. Please be on there. Please be on.
Okay.
Yeah, please go ahead. Any other questions from Suresh or Nandini, Naresh or Spandana?
Yeah, still I have actually, I have just a bit of confusion regarding this mono CLR.
Oh, okay.
Suppose if can I develop an application based on Unix or Linux using .NET,
Okay. You can develop.
but it should have mono CLR. No?
Yes. While installing the, you will be having .NET components, okay, .NET framework for Windows. Like this, you will be having .NET framework for Linux. You need to install .NET framework for Linux, and you can use that one. Yeah.
Okay. So in this also it will support all the languages, no? Like just now what we have discussed, like C#.
I'll tell you one example. Here. When you talk about a VB.NET, VB.NET will work only in the Windows operating system only.
Oh, okay.
Am I clear? So you cannot use the VB.NET in what we call Linux. And regarding what we call COBOL and Fortran,
Yes, sir.
I'm not aware COBOL and Fortran will work in Windows and Linux. Like PHP and all will work in Linux, right?
Yes, sir.
So you can use that one. So what are all the languages which Linux support?
Okay.
All those languages will support your mono CLR.
Okay.
Clear, right?
Okay.
Here, this .NET is famous because of the main feature called as a language interoperable. Okay,
Language
with mono CLR, what languages which are supported in Unix and Linux, those languages are 100% acceptable in that operating system.
Okay. Language interoperable in the sense, suppose if I am working on in India and some other people is working on the same project and working on the same Windows environment, he is working on some VB.NET of extra, so we can easily connect, no?
Easily connect. See, I'll tell you one example here. Actually, it is not a subject here, it's just a logic behind this. So, actually what happened, I'll tell you. There is something called as a program execution model will be there. If you use a VB.NET or you use a C#.NET, whatever it may be, every language has its something called as a compiler.
Okay.
Okay, generally VB is having an interpreter, but VB.NET is having a compiler. Here it is also having a compiler. See what happened here. If you use a VB, you'll be using a compiler called as a VBC.
Okay.
If you use a C#, you'll be using a CSC. So you can understand that you use a VB.NET or C#.NET, you'll be using their compilers. Actually, what a compiler will do, you know, it generates an IL code.
Yes, intermediate language.
Intermediate language.
Yes,
Whereas intermediate language is 100% OS dependent. So
Okay.
even it's going to be generic IL. So you feel that you are using a VB or you feel that you are using C#.NET. Finally, what they will do, you know, they will convert their code to the IL. Whereas IL is 100% independent.
Okay.
Am I clear? Like I can tell you a small example here. You are a Telugu person, I am a Tamil person. So how can you communicate? You will convert your Telugu into English, I will convert my Tamil into English. Same logical.
Oh, understood. So intermediate language is common language.
Yeah, intermediate language is 100% .NET understandable input language.
Yeah, .NET understandable. Yeah, understood.
Yes. So
Similar.
you
Yeah.
tell me.
Yeah, this is my first case. Second case is if I am working on C#
Okay.
on Windows environment and the other person is working on the project on some Linux based
Very good.
environment.
Okay. Yes.
Is it compatible?
Yes, I will. See here, how to communicate from Linux to Windows operating system? You'll be using a network, right?
Yes.
Generally, the network will be LAN or MAN or WAN, whatever it may be. So that network will take the communication. Okay. For example, if you're using a C#.NET in Linux, right? So what happened? From communication from Linux to your Windows will be handled by the network. Am I clear? And here we'll be converting this one to VB.NET in Windows. What is the problem? Okay, so conversion, the communication will be taken care by the protocols, your LAN or MAN or WAN. Understand?
Okay. Yes, sir.
So what happens?
Communication.
Both can be understandable easily. Am I clear?
Okay. So in this,
yeah, tell me.
yeah, you carry on.
Actually, this is just a logic. Okay, it's nothing what will be called as a if frankly speaking, this program execution model is a logic. Okay. Actually every programming language having one-time compilation, right? .NET is having 2 times compilation. What happens, you know, your programming language will compile into IL. IL take the support of JIT, just-in-time compiler. Okay, and it will convert into operating system understandable code, native code. Actually, this step I want to explain you in the second session. Okay. So what happened, you know? So compilation 1 takes place of converting user given code to IL. Step 2 will be converting from IL to native code.
Yeah, sure.
Clear, right? See, see, one thing you need to remember here, it's a logic. Okay, because of this logic, it was succeeded. Clear?
Okay.
Good. Next.
Yeah, you actually told, no? Actually, it is completely Windows-based application, Windows supported. So that's why I just tried whether if it is there in Linux, what will it?
Yeah. Another one here, I said you right that MonoCLR is not from Microsoft. It's again a third party. Okay. So .NET is become a famous for all the operating system. That is the reason other people came to the picture and they want to continue our things. Okay. Like here Linux-based applications they want to communicate. So third party people came to the picture and they are make this as a platform independent. This feature, .NET became a platform independent. If MonoCLR is not there, .NET is not a platform independent.
It is completely Windows-based.
100%. See what I
if there is no MonoCLR.
Yeah, 100% Windows dependent.
Yeah.
Right? See, .NET Microsoft people will argue with us. Why we want to develop a platform independent? We have different type of Windows flavors, right? So 90% of the world is using my computers, okay, Windows operating system. We want to develop an application which targets to Windows only. Am I clear? I can tell you a small example here. Your mother is in India, okay? You want to communicate with Skype. What operating your system you will suggest, Windows or Linux?
Yeah, obviously Windows.
Why? Because it is free. The same logic behind this existing in the what will be called feature. Yeah?
Yeah.
Good. Any other one, Mr. Suresh Reddy? Mr. Suresh Reddy, any doubts?
And what is the console application?
Yeah. See, console application in the sense command-based. For example, when you say that CMD, this is a console environment. Okay. Like I want to say IP config, which will give you my complete information related. So you can understand that an application which is going to be depend upon the character user interface. Okay, like date, time, all these are the console applications. Okay, I want to communicate with King. Okay, HTTP, www. Okay, yahoo.com. So you can understand that console. It's a console application. My system is not having King and all. So console application in the sense character user interface. Okay, which I want to target to a small what will be called executable file and all. Clear? Next. I think somebody raised a question like what is XML and all. What it is here? Can we use XML and HTML conversions? XML to HTML, that is wrong here. XML to XML, we have something called as a parent. Nandini, okay, hope you are listening. Nandini, XML to HTML conversion is wrong here. XML child attributes to XML properties we have. That is called as XSLT. Okay, even we'll have one example of that one. Yeah, see here our database, our programming will communicate from Windows application to SQL Server, Windows application to XML files also. We will see that both. Okay, and also if time permits, what we'll do is we'll use a client-side scripting example using JavaScript and also jQuery. Clear? Each and everything related to application development, what we are going to be using will be exist. Clear? You don't worry about that one. 100% will try to cover each and everything. Clear?
Okay.
Next, Nandini, is your doubt is clear?
It's like I'm asking about is can you use the XML code and then convert it to some VB.NET or
XML to VB.NET and XML to HTML, the question is wrong.
no,
XML
not
is
the XML to HTML. It's like can we use the XML format and develop some develop that same code in the VB.NET or ASP.NET?
XML is called as an extensible markup language. It's just a data format. Okay. See here how your data exists. That's a format only.
Can we compress this data into the XML format in any case?
XML to E we can do. XML to I can convert into data table. That data table I can write it into my database. That is possible.
Yeah, that's right.
This is correct question. XML file we can convert into data table. From there you can convert it. You can store it in database. Same thing. From database to XML, we can do it. Clear? Next.
Yeah, thanks.
Welcome. So Suresh, you are clear. Nandini clear. Naresh clear. Spandana, no doubts?
No doubt.
No doubts. Clear. Suresh, Satish?
Yes, Kiran, I'll get back to you with the schedule, complete schedule, and I'll just talk to everyone, and I'll let you know the date and time to start this sessions. Kiran, okay? Hopefully we can start from tomorrow itself. I need to get updates from Venkat, so maybe Venkat will contact with Nandini and all, Naresh and Spandana.
Definitely.
So we'll let you know the schedule. Okay? Thanks for your demo.
So what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Yeah. You shall I leave the meeting or you'll be?
You can leave from the meeting now. Thanks for joining the demo, everyone. Maybe Venkat will contact you for a complete schedule and all. Okay. Thank you very much, Kiran. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.